It's Wednesday, December 18th, a week away from Christmas Day. You're listening to the Day Weather Podcast. Between today and Sunday, folks, and probably let's just throw in Monday as well, we still have nothing going on. Good news if you're going to be traveling. The only travel concerns will be some windy areas causing blowing snow in the usual areas this time of year where it's a problem. That's I-80, I-25, and the high country roads of Colorado along north and south of I-70 where winds will cause some icy conditions and some blowing snow. Otherwise, there's only one weather system coming through, and that's tonight and Thursday. We'll see a little bit of snow in Yellowstone Park. A couple of snow flurries may develop in the high mountains of Wyoming and Colorado and Utah tonight, but that's just a few. Otherwise, we're going to go through today all the way through Monday with good travel weather and a very quiet weather pattern here in the western high plains and Rockies. We're still expecting changing weather Christmas week. However, there is still a tremendous amount of disagreement on the computer modeling for next week. One thing that they all agree on is that there will be some storm systems coming off the West Coast through the high plains and into the Rockies as we work our way into the middle to the end of next week and up to and through New Year's Day. But the devil's in the details. There is a tremendous difference in the placement of the storms in the fronts, the placement of the cold air, the placement on who may or may not get measurable snowfall. Starts really late Tuesday in western and southwestern Wyoming, the Wasatch Front of Utah, northwest Colorado, with a chance for some snow shower activity, and that could move across the region Tuesday night and Wednesday. Then we may see a secondary storm, a little bit more of a potent one, come in the following Friday and Saturday behind that storm system. But again, the placement of the storm is all over the board. The Canadian model, the European model, the U.S. model, the Japanese model, each one has its own different ideas on how things will evolve. Now, this is not to be unexpected. We do expect the Northern Hemisphere to go through some big gyrations here at the end of the year. That stratospheric warming event we talked about is developing. A large part of the stratosphere is going to expand over the northern latitudes, pushing cold air out of Canada and the Arctic, south into the lower latitudes. That's going to happen around New Year's Day. And we've got some other things going on, even back into the Indian Ocean. You can't get any further away from here than the Indian Ocean. But in that Indian Ocean area, we watch carefully the development and the clusters of thunderstorms. The tropical season down there in the southern hemisphere getting more and more thunderstorm activity, and we see a correlation when there is a period of intense thunderstorm activity in the Indian Ocean, and then it subsides. It sends a wave, a gravity wave, we call it, rippling through the atmosphere in from the southern hemisphere to the northern hemisphere, which then can instigate these stratospheric warming events. And so there's a lot going on with the modeling that in turn is causing some confusion looking into Christmas week. So we have to keep in mind, we've got changes Christmas week, but I'm probably 2 days away from telling you with any type of confidence on whether or not we're looking at major weather events Christmas week or just minor ones. Hopefully things will sort their way out. But the computer models try to keep track of the weather across the entire globe. If you were to calculate the amount of volume of atmosphere on planet Earth, and trying to keep track of it, trying to keep track of its changes, all of its interactions with the ground, the oceans, the ice, the rocks, the astronomical impacts, it's very hard to keep track of. There are more than 20 or 30 variables that can affect how a computer model will form. So there's a lot going on. But when we do see these large-scale hemispheric changes taking place, your computer modeling and your weather forecasts beyond 5 days are just not reliable. But hopefully we'll get a clearer idea of what's to come Christmas week in the coming days. Have yourself a good Wednesday. Enjoy this nice, quiet weather.